you ready? Recording? Recording?
No, I'm not recording.
You are recording?
Yes, I am.
Okay, right. Great, right. So, welcome to the Cherry Vlog. This week I'm going to do the first of my film vlogs. This week we're going to see, unfortunately, Fast 5. A film... Sunil, the person who's wobbling the camera like that is Sunil.
Hi.
One of my good friends who has
I'm the cameraman.
Forced me to go and see this atrocious film. But what's more disturbing about the Fast and Furious series, which I think is terrible and trashy, is that apparently this one is good. It got 73% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my god.
What? So we're going to see that, and Sunil's going to laugh at me because I might enjoy the film. And
Also because it's awesome.
Also because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what I think after the film.
Bye bye.
Sullivan. Are you crazy? Do you know whose money are you stealing?
We ain't stealing that.
So this is the trailer for Fast 5. And I'm glad to say, when I initially saw it, I thought that this was going to be a serious kind of, gritty, drug, foreign, action, kind of, dark thriller thing. But then I realised it was a Fast and Furious movie. And I was horrified and disappointed and immediately was turned off and didn't want to see the film. And was deeply upset that that had been what this whole trailer had been about. But then, more recently, after much persuasion, my friend was trying to persuade me to see it, but then the critical reviews came in saying that they actually liked it, with a 73% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ridiculous.
So this shouldn't be on in here, but I thought I'd do a wee bit of...
Yeah, it shouldn't.
So yeah, so no, we're actually on the screen now. I'm actually going to end up having to see Fast 5. It's happening, unfortunately. And it's this man's fault. Apart from the tube. Just the servants and the people from the Saracens that come back from the Crusades. Yeah. Who for some reason is a good guy, because if they would have been a bad guy, they'd be racist. So that is a good. See the camera one. That is a good advert. But see if it's still the same. Filming you. Or you.
It's 10 times better than I thought it would be. It was not a crap action movie, which is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Actually, it's more of a 4 out of 5 film, an actually good film. There was characters that you almost cared about, and the action was rather fantastic, and generally, alright, go and see it. Okay, go and see something else if you can, but to be honest, Pirates of the Caribbean sounds like it's going to be 100 times worse, so that was pretty good. 4 out of 5. Rambled a bit there, let's see if the tweet is any better. A delirious, well-shot adventure showcasing the beauty of Rio. Surprised to find I really enjoyed it. Try it. 4 out of 5. Nope, not much better.
What are like Doctor Who movie things?
Well, science fiction films.
Tell me and you're dead.
What? Oh, sorry, you're not. Oh, sorry. No, you're not directly getting filmed. You're heard, but you're not filmed. No, I don't really like these action films. It's usually Sunil that persuades me to go and see these action films. So no, I don't know. No, because I hadn't seen the rest, it was like I went in with none of the kind of background. Okay, so she tapped into the TARDIS, like the essence of the TARDIS, and she sort of handed the essence of the TARDIS in her. She had all its power.
Okay, as we move away from Glasgow here, I'm really just trying to give something a little bit more precise. Now, it was directed by Justin Lin, it was written by Chris Morgan, and it had a budget of 185 million, and it made 516 million. So, now I've had a little bit of time to think about it, I can probably give you something a little bit more concise. 4 out of 5 is a shameful thing to give an action movie, but the reason I gave it 4 out of 5 is because it's not often that I really, properly like an action movie. As my good friend Sunil can tell you, one of the movies that I hate most in the entire world is G.I. Joe, Rise of the Cobra, that he forced me to go and see. So whenever I see an action movie that actually makes me like it, I do tend to get a little bit happy. Just all the characters in it, they all kind of, it wasn't anything deep and meaningful, and it was hardly Shakespeare, but there was some great interactions going on between all the characters. All the characters had their own little stories, their own little struggles. It felt like they actually made an effort this time to do something, because the previous Fast and the Furious, to be fair, I think I've only watched 2 of the other ones, but I hated them. I didn't hate. Hate's a bit strong. I really strongly disliked the other films. I just couldn't be bothered with them. Dwayne Johnson, despite the fact that I hate that beard that he had, I absolutely loved him and Vin Diesel, their kind of interaction, and I thought Dwayne Johnson was just absolutely brilliant in that film. And almost forgot, big important thing, one of the things I really liked about it, the way it was shot, it looked brilliant. I loved it, and like I said in my tweet, it really showed you Rio de Janeiro really nicely, because just like you saw so many bits, you saw the kind of the glamorous big buildings, the beautiful beaches, at the same time you saw the kind of fascinating slums and all this other great stuff. Yeah, no, it was really, I really enjoyed it. It was really good in terms of like the cinematography and just like all the action scenes. It was just really quite fun just to sit watching like huge big cars getting smashed to pieces. And I mean, particularly I enjoyed the earlier in the film there's a bit where they do they steal cars from a train whilst the train's moving. Oh, just really good fun. And the villain, Reyes, as many other reviewers say, I'm just going to agree with the consensus. He was dull in the extreme. Didn't do anything for the plot. Dwayne Johnson is the real kind of good fun villain in it, because he's the one that you can really kind of enjoy being the bad guy, and the sort of the combat and the dialogue between him and the rest of the cast is great. Because Reyes, to be honest, I don't think he amounts to anything great in the film whatsoever. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to interrupt with that. Back to me again. The whole kind of heist thing really was quite interesting. Moving it away from the cars and to the heist, I found that really interesting. And when reading afterwards, it turns out that that's what the studios are hoping to do. They're hoping to take the Fast and Furious franchise and move it into the heist genre, like the Italian Job and stuff like that, rather than the sort of car racy, vroom vroom vroom, oh, aren't we men? Which of course I found very dull. So if it moves into the heist genre, I'll admit it, I'd return for another one, another film. I'd go back to the cinema. But then again, if you've got an unlimited card, you don't tend to be quite so choosy. So maybe it doesn't quite hold the much stock anymore. Right. Well, please do tell me what you all think of Fast and Furious 5. I know that one of my lecturers in his blog, where he has 100-word blogs for all movies, every single movie that I looked at had nearly 100 words or just under. Fast and the 5, all it had? Awful. One word. That was it. So there's a lot of varying opinion going on there, but I just think the fact that a Fast and Furious movie has got a fresh rating in Rotten Tomatoes is something quite incredible. Right, so tell me what you think if you watched it or don't. Well, I'll be back soon with more movie blogs, because I see a lot of films. So far, 42 films this year. And every single one of them has had the real orange advert beforehand, so I hope that changes soon, or I'm going to kill someone. Anyway, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Ever let them get in the cars. Home sweet home. This just went from Mission Impossible to Mission of freaking Sanity.
Stick to the plan. If you're gonna survive, stop thinking like a cop.